Unfortunately, that's not a surprising statistic. Many people feel like that they've been duped. They feel like they should have been able to recognise the scam. So a lot of people just don't report because they're embarrassed by losing money, which they shouldn't be, because so many Australians are losing money to these types of scams and frauds right now.
Yeah, that data shows that around 2 billion people lost out. That is a lot of people, like you said, there are getting scammed. But the data also showed that the amount of people who got scammed last year dropped by around 24%. Does this mean that we're getting better at dealing with scams, or people actually just aren't reporting them as much?
There has been significant investment in education, so we hope that that fall in the numbers of scams or reports are not simply because people aren't reporting. It's actually the impact of those educational campaigns. We've been doing a lot of work in trying to establish what works in protecting people, getting people to be able to recognise more specifically what are the red flags that may indicate it is a fraud or scam. So let's hope that we're finally getting a handle on combating against these scammers that are attacking us.
Data from Commonwealth Bank that's out today, it also shows that people are getting less confident with spotting a scam as they get older. What would you say are the telltale signs of a scam? I know there's a lot, but what would you say are the big ones to look out for?
Well, really, the telltale signs are different depending on what scam that you're looking at. But really, if you know something's too good to be true, we say it a lot, but absolutely still remains. If something also doesn't feel right. So the research that we did talking to victims of scams, often they have a sense, you know, that gut feeling that something's not quite right. I would say trust that gut feeling. You're getting a sense that something that you're reading or hearing just doesn't add up. So too good to be true, you get a sense that something's gone wrong, and oftentimes sensitivity. Scammers will try to push you into a corner very quickly because they don't want you to think too hard about what you're doing.
And Commonwealth Bank and many other banks, in fact, they've been criticised for just not doing enough to protect consumers from scams. What needs to happen to make the financial system itself more accountable for their customers being preyed upon?
I think, you know, it's a multidimensional process. So we as potential victims need to be savvy about what to look out for, protect ourselves. We are probably the best line of defence, but also we need support. So financial institutions, social media platforms, ways in which scammers may contact us. All of these parties have a responsibility to do what they can to block offenders being able to contact victims. And then when they do make contact, how do they educate? How do they protect us in identifying those red flags so victimisation actually decreases?